Hey there, my friends. How are you doing today? I hope that your day has been wonderful so far. I know that mine started off a little bit shaky, but it's gotten better, by the hour. And a large part of that had to do with me just looking ahead and thinking about the festive period we're in, right? And really, I don't know about you, but for me, there's something about Christmas, okay? And if it's the Christmas spirit that I feel when I go out and I see all the Christmas decorations, and when you talk to family and friends and you guys are planning, activities to actually celebrate the holidays while social distancing, right? Of course, and wearing masks because the pandemic, we're experiencing a second wave in most parts, right? So we have to be careful still. Anyway, so that's that. So for me, I was just thinking that, despite the fact that this year has been, not so great for a lot of people didn't really achieve their financial targets because, the pandemic put a lot of things on standstill, and even though things have reopened, they've had to shut down again, and in some cases it's just been very slow, right? But I was thinking, there are places that you can look to and have something positive, a positive story to tell, right? And such a place is the US stock market. So if you're an investor in the US stock market, and if you've selected the right stocks, right, you should be by and large happy with the performance, okay? And that has to do with so many different factors, right? But what I wanted to talk about today really is the fact that we saw a lot of IPO debuts, right? And since I would say when COVID started to pick up steam, right, and places started to shut down, I think private companies started to get the sense that, okay, if they're going to need to source for funds to continue their business activities, they would need to turn to the public sector because cost of capital started to increase, right, in the private sector. And so a lot of private companies were looking to take a chance, and they did take a chance. And as a result of that, we saw, we've seen quite a number of successful IPO debuts in the US stock market. And I wanted to talk about a couple of the latest IPO debuts, DoorDash and Airbnb. Surprisingly successful, I should say. And, so much so that there's a feeling that the market conditions may be a little bit frothy, particularly as it relates to Airbnb, because as we know, Airbnb is not yet profitable, right? But the company is trying to tell us that they can actually be profitable, right? And that's why they've turned to, the public to raise funds in order to expand their business, right? And get to their business goals. But, in terms of the market conditions being frothy, there's a feeling that we may be on the brink of another bust. But I'm not sure that that's necessarily going to happen. I tend to be optimistic, and from what I'm seeing, I'm not sure that's going to be the case. But anyway, what causes the market to be frothy? Well, it's usually when the price of an asset is sort of more, it's increasing or is increased for intrinsic value, and that has to do with investors who get really confident, right, or maybe overconfident about the a price of an asset, that they start to purchase at an increase in price, so much so that they ignore market fundamentals and ignore the sort of quantitative value of that stock, okay? And again, Airbnb being an example, because they're not even profitable yet, but look at the debut they had, right? So that's what I wanted to talk about, that if you're an investor in the US stock market, hopefully you've done fairly well, right? Anyway, so as we're rounding out the year, I wanted us just to look at things that are sort of on the positive side, counting down to really coming together with family. I'm sure a lot of people are doing that. And just to round it out, I just want to give a shout out to the No Spend Challenge participants, So we're announcing our winners next week here, same time or about the same time. Anyway, next week sometime, okay? And I'm looking forward to announcing the 5 people. Okay, so get your things together, participants. I'm going to be in touch shortly in order to decide how we go about selecting the top 5, right? Anyway, so that's all I wanted to share with you guys today. Please share my videos with your friends and family. And if you watch me on YouTube, please don't forget to hit the subscribe button. Okay, that would be good. And until next time, I want to wish you well. Enjoy the rest of your week. Bye for now.